Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. My name is Austin and today I am very excited. I'm having like a little ENHYPEN weekend, I guess. Yesterday I reacted to some music videos. I discovered Fatal Trouble. And then immediately after that, I went and watched the first 3 episodes of Hybe Game Caterers, posted that on Patreon. And I just wanted to see them kind of interacting with other groups. And so far, that's a lot of fun. Today, I'm going to be checking out Heesung on Lee Mujin Service. I love Lee Mujin. I love Heesung's voice. A lot of times, you guys have let me know when I'm asking, like, who's doing this ad lib, who's doing this background, whose voice is that. Um, a lot of times, it's either Heesung or Nikki. I'm excited to hear more of his voice, see what songs he chooses. And yeah, this is a little bit of an older episode. Yeah, from June of 2022, episode number 16. So he was like one of the first guests to go on the show. I really like old episodes of Lee Mujin as well. They tend to not be as bad when it comes to like copyright. So hopefully there's no issues with this. But anyway, I'm excited to check this out. If you're new to my channel, consider subscribing. Check out my ENHYPEN playlist for all my previous reactions. I got to check out more stuff because I've loved all of their music so far. But today, this is all about Heesung. Okay, let's go. It says we're starting off with Tamed-Dashed. Oh, I didn't know this song was written by Hitman Bang.
I hate to be all mad like someone 일단 뛰어 불꽃에 사로잡혀도 버려진데도 정답은 지금 알 수 없어 뜨거운 심장 나를 데려가 목마른 갈증 I can't stop it like
Okay, sorry, hold on. I just got goosebumps and we're only 4 to 5 seconds in. It took me a second to realize what song this was until he got to the chorus, because just with his voice and the piano, it just feels so different. It's so pretty. His voice is actually like very powerful, and yeah, it just feels so different than the actual like studio version of the song, because it's like dancey and boppy.
수 없어 뜨거운 심장 나를 데려가 목마른 갈증 I can't stop it like 나나나 뛰어 불타는 태양 나를 이끌어가 나의 나침반 Please don't leave me now 그냥 뛰어
Wow. Okay.
Whoa!
Do they let, not do they let, I want to hear more vocals like that, and I haven't yet. So, like a lot, I don't know. I have to think about it because like I haven't reacted to a ton of ENHYPEN songs, right? But I want more songs that are kind of stripped back, where they just kind of like let them sing. I guess the closest I've got to that was maybe like Polaroid Love. That was definitely a more like vocally song. But yeah, that was very pretty.
최상의 라이브로 최고의 만족을 드리는 리무진 서비스. 오늘은 엔하이픈의 희승 씨 모셨습니다. 반갑습니다.
Okay.
팬분들께 인사 부탁드릴게요.
네, 안녕하세요. 엔하이픈 희승입니다.
예. 반가워요.
네.
이 곡으로 희승 씨를 소개했는데 이유가 뭔가요?
일단 아무래도 저희가 이제 한 4, 5개 정도 앨범을 이제 냈는데 그중에 이제 첫 번째 정규 앨범의 타이틀 곡이기도 하고 이제 많은 분들께서 되게 리드미컬하고 되게 좀 신나는 곡으로 알고 있는데 이번에는 뭔가 제가 좀 색다르게 좀 템포도 좀 낮추고
네.
좀 조금 컨셉추얼하게 좀 노래를 바꿔서
Yeah, it felt like a completely different song.
어쿠스틱하게 바꾼 거 굉장히 좀 괜찮은 선택이었던 것 같아요. 엔하이픈의 희승 씨 혼자만의 색깔은 이런 느낌이겠구나라는 걸 좀 생각하면서 들을 수 있어서 굉장히 좋았던 것 같아요.
감사합니다.
네, 감사합니다. 무대 위에서 뭐 여기도 엄밀히 따지면 무대지만 정말 큰 무대 위에서 노래를 많이 하셨는데
그죠.
좀 그때의 느낌과 이렇게 앉아서 좀 다소곳하게 노래를 부르는 느낌과 좀 어떤 차이가 있는 것 같아요?
아무래도 이런 장소는 이제 제 목소리에 집중이 되다 보니까
네.
한편으로는 좀 긴장되긴 한데 되게 저는 지금 좀 즐거워요.
네, 다행이네요. 리무진 서비스 보신 적 있으세요?
많이 봤죠.
제가 채원 씨, 르세라핌의 채원 씨
어?
나오셨을 때 이제
I like her.
엔하이픈의 폴라로이드 러브라는
And she
노래를
sang Polaroid
불렀었는데 혹시 그것도
Love.
보셨나요?
안 그래도 제가 이제 폴라로이드 러브를 같이 하고 싶었는데
아 그래요?
조금 아쉽긴 했어요.
아
진짜 조금.
채원 씨가 너무 같은 회사잖아요 또. 너무했네.
근데 되게 좋더라고요. 되게 약간 무진 선배님의 약간 어떤 흥나는 스타일로 뭔가 폴라로이드 러브 불러주시니까 약간 색달랐어요 많이. 예, 좀 좋았습니다.
다행이네요. 좋은 평가해 주셔서.
I should watch her episode.
희승 씨의 서비스를 한번 시작해 볼까 하는데요.
네.
첫 번째 어떤 곡을 준비하셨나요?
일단 크러쉬 선배님의
네?
소파라는 곡을 준비했고요.
희승 씨가 부르는 크러쉬의 소파 듣고 오시겠습니다.
The title sounds familiar.
네가 있던 소파 앉아있어 혼자
Oh,
더는 숨도 못 자 혹시 네가 올까 하고
I feel like someone else maybe did this song on this show. Because Crush is not an artist that. Oh, actually, yeah, he's Crush Hour. That's the only song I know from him, like with J-Hope. Okay, so I kind of know what his vibe is like, but this song specifically feels familiar. Like maybe someone else on Lee Mujin sang it here, because I don't know where I would know this from.
혹시 네가 올까 하고 멍하니 현관 쪽만 바라봐 두 눈을 감고 귀를 막아봐도 다시 내게 돌아와 추억들이 숨을 참는다고 심장이 멈춰질까
Oh.
널 향한 그리움만 되돌아와 네가 있던 소파 너 없이 나 혼자
Look at his I wonder where he picked up that habit. Kind of like what he's doing with his lip, like how he's kind of changing the shape of his sound by like altering the actual shape of his mouth as well. It's just like it's just a unique thing that I'm noticing about his singing. He sounds gorgeous.
너 없이 나 혼자 이 자리에만 남아와 널 기다리잖아 So far 내 곁에 넌 so far 미련이라는 게 먼지만 남은 채 널 기다리잖아 잠들지 못해
I love watching Lee Mujin's reactions.
잠들지 못해 all night long 곁에만 남아 내 곁에 널 쏟아 미련이라는 게 기다리잖아.
That's it. I need to breathe after that. That was a lot. First of all, I loved that. The flexibility, the ad libs. I'm here for it. He has such a clear tone. His voice is so clear. So it's just like very pleasant. He's just has one of those voices that's pretty much just going to sound good doing whatever cuz he has that kind of clear tone. But I also like when he chooses to be a little bit breathier. Yeah, and with that tone it does at some time have like an edge to it, especially when he's belting. He kind of has like a rockier edge to his voice where I kind of want to hear him do like a rock song or like a, I don't know, like a Day 6 cover or something just with a little bit more oomph because I feel like he would kill that too. But like the R&B stuff, like that was good. I did not expect that.
노래 감상하면서 굉장히 R&B 보컬리스트다라는 생각이 좀 많이 든 게 일단 R&B 보컬 하면은 빼놓을 수 없는 스킬 릭에 대한 뭐 So far away 뭐 막 되게 자유자재로 그 크러쉬 선배님이 만드신 릭들이 다 굉장히 고난이도인데
The ad libs, the
쉽게
agility.
구사하시는 거 보고 아 R&B를 꽤 오랫동안 파셨구나 이런 느낌이 들었고
The only thing I wished is that I wished the processing was kind of turned off. That's a Lee Mujin thing. Like, even when he's singing, when the guest is singing, that's one thing I don't like about this show as much is there is usually quite a bit of just effect and processing and auto-tune and pitch correction and stuff like that. And when you're running through like fast ad libs and stuff like that, a lot of times the pitch correction doesn't know what to do with it. And so it ends up making it sound worse. Does that make sense? Like instead of just hearing what the singer's doing, it's almost like the computer is trying to. So I just wish that there was like less or like no correction. But that's just a choice that I'm assuming Lee Mujin show is making. But yeah, that does kind of take away from it a little bit for me. But this is not a specific complaint about like HEESUNG or his performance. It's just Lee Mujin show like in general.
구사하시는 거 보고 아 R&B를 꽤 오랫동안 파셨구나 이런 느낌이 들었고 발성법이 저랑 좀 유사한 점이 많아서 듣는데 재밌었어요. 그러니까 저도 뭔가 그러니까 비강으로 뭉친 다음에 앞으로 딱 이렇게 뻗게 하는 그 소리 제가 주로 좀 아, 이게 재밌다 편하다 해서 쓰는 소리랑 굉장히 흡사한 발성법을 구사하셔서 이 또한 듣는 재미가 있었습니다.
아 감사합니다.
이 노래가 되게 전형
I don't know if I agree with that or not. I think I need to hear more of HEESUNG singing. But I don't think he sings in a similar way as Lee Mujin. I have to hear more. I honestly don't like Lee Mujin's singing style. However, he's an incredible singer. He knows his voice, and there's times where I really love it, but overall, I don't like that style. That kind of like Jason Mraz forward, kind of nasal, just like he was describing. It's kind of like an alternative, like indie folk singing R&B type of thing. It's like a very specific sound that I've only ever really heard a few artists become successful doing, and that's kind of like how Lee Mujin typically sings. But he's also a great singer, so that he knows his voice well enough. to really be able to adapt to do whatever. You know what I mean? He's an incredible singer. I just don't usually like the tone, just as like a personal preference.
쓰는 소리랑 굉장히 흡사한 발성법을 구사하셔서 이 또한 듣는 재미가 있었습니다.
아, 감사합니다.
이 노래가 되게 전형적인 한국식 R&B 스타일의 곡인데 원래 이런 장르를 좀 좋아하세요?
제가 이제 정말 진지하게 가수를 조금 방향을 바꿔보자라고 생각했을 시기에 R&B가 되게 유행을 했었어요. 대한민국에서 막 크러쉬 선배님이나 딘 선배님들 이렇게
맞아요.
되게 저도 따라 듣고 부르면서 이제 자연스럽게 제 몸에 뭔가 그런 바이브가 좀 고착화된 약간 들어온 것 같아요. 그래서 그때부터 되게 R&B를 더 진심으로 좋아하게 되고 그때부터는 이제 외국 계시는 R&B 가수분들도 많이 듣고 이러면서 조금 더 많이 좋아하게 된 것 같습니다.
Don't say
불러주시는
Chris
거
Brown.
한번
Gotta change my answering
Oh,
machine
Neo.
now that I'm alone. Cause right now it says that we can't come to the phone.
That makes sense. That makes sense. How old is he? He would have been born in like 2000 something, right? That song was really popular, like in the 2000s. 2005. Okay. And he was born in 2001. Okay. So that song would have been pretty big when he was like growing up.
And I know it make no sense, cause you walk out the door, but it's the only way I hear your voice anymore.
이거는 소문으로
Maybe it's just because of my age. Yeah, it is just an age thing. Because when I think of R&B, I think of like Babyface. I think of Usher. I think of Toni Braxton. And that's all like 90s. That's all like late 80s, 90s. Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston. Like that's what I think of. To me, Neo wouldn't even come up. Because I kind of put Neo in the same category as like a T-Pain or a Chris Brown or a Jason Derulo, which I mean, those are all artists that are still popular today. That I guess it's like 2000s, like R&B, pop, hip hop. Anyway, and then other people who like truly love, appreciate R&B, who are maybe older than me, might think of artists from the 70s and the 80s.
Your voice anymore.
이거는 소문으로 들었는데 희승 씨가 혹시 그 절대음감이라는데 맞아요?
맞습니다.
동훈아 너가 알아서 나도 모르게 노트 하나만 줘.
미.
맞아?
미예요, 미. 그게 음이 올라갔어요.
아 트랜스포즈 했어?
He said me, and I think he thought he said B, as in like the note. That's funny. So he's got really good or relative or perfect pitch in terms of like his ear. Like we call that ear training, and that's something that you can. Like, okay, when I went to college, there was a whole ear training class, and it was something that you took all 4 years. Like, there's different levels of it. And so that was part of like my exams. So like the first day of school, or like it was actually before the first day, you had to go in and take like placement exams, and ear training was one of them. And it was awful. You just sat there. They played stuff, and you just had to say what it was. What note was that? What chord was that? And it didn't matter how well you did. It was just so that they knew like what course to put you in, right? As a first year student, they don't want to put you in like ear training 1 if you actually have a really good, and you would just be bored the whole time. I tested into ear training 3. So like my pitch is pretty good, but definitely not perfect pitch. So I'm just saying that's very impressive.
오! 미 맞아요가 좀 멋있어.
And also, if you knew he had perfect pitch coming into it, you should have turned off the auto tune. It's just me being annoyed with Lee Mujin because a lot of times for someone who's sensitive to like electronic stuff, it makes me enjoy the performance less.
있었다. 뭐야 했는데 미 맞아요.
흑건을 치고 있었어도 제 음이 정확하니까.
오 멋있다. 그러면은 막 노트 여러 개 한 번에 쳐도 맞출 수 있나요?
3개까지는 좀 걸리고
네.
2개는 그래도 거의 바로
그래요?
쳤어요. 솔라네요.
맞아? 대박적.
근데 이게 네, 그렇습니다.
I wonder if he plays piano.
와 절대음감 진짜 부럽다.
네.
좀 도움이 돼요 절대음감이면은 음악 하는데?
I would assume he
음정감이
probably plays
그럴
piano.
때, 그리고 이제 직접 들었을 때 제 음정이 벗어난 걸 확실히 알 수
네,
있어요.
본인 피치를 아니까.
그래서 그런 것들이 조금 유용한 거지.
I would assume he probably plays piano or guitar. And he probably grew up listening to music and then just like playing it back himself. Because that's one of the ways that a lot of people who are musically talented develop their ear training, develop their pitch without even realize what they're doing, right? So like if you're 10, 11, 12, 13 years old listening to songs on the radio and then sitting down in front of the piano and then like just slowly learning how to play that song you just heard, that's actually like a very common thing that people do, and it helps develop your pitch, your ear training.
이게 절대 노래를 더 잘하는 요인이다라고는
그건 그렇죠.
느끼지 않아요.
그렇죠. 부럽네요. 그런 절대음감 희승 씨가 정작 예고를 가려고 이제 준비했을 때 실기에서 그 실력 발휘를 다 못했다 이렇게 들었어요. 이유가 뭡니까?
지금 생각해도 제가 너무 내성적이고 약간 누구한테 뭘 보여주는 걸 되게 힘들어 했었던 것 같아요. 지금은 되게 즐겁고 재밌는데 그래서 그렇지 않았을까요?
그때 어떤 노래 하셨는데요?
그때 오혁 선배님이 커버하신 소녀라는 곡을 했었어요.
소녀 오역 버전.
네.
그럼 불러주세요.
알겠습니다.
불어오는 차가운 바람 속에 그대 외로워 울지만 나 항상 그대 곁에 머물겠어요. 떠나지 말아요.
Ooh, so pretty. I heard what Lee Mujin was talking about there for a second. Like right here.
불어오는 차가운 바람 속에
Like right there, I heard a little bit of like the forward nasal twang, like the Lee Mujin style. I heard it a little bit. But Heesung's voice his placement is a little bit further back. So I think that's why I like the tone of Heesung's voice like quite a bit more. But that was gorgeous.
아 그럼요.
좀 어때요? 오늘은 좀 이렇게 실력 발휘를 제대로 해보신 것 같나요?
아 그럼요. 이제 만반의 준비를 하고 왔어요 제가.
한림 예고의 어떤 뭐랄까 가슴 아픈 기억, 비수 이런 걸 좀
원망,
원망,
분노, 수치심.
실제로 있었구나. 그걸 좀 다 씻어내신 것 같나요?
그죠. 지금 드디어 여기서 씻겨
It's therapeutic.
이제 편안하게 다시 또 가수 생활 할 수 있을 것 같습니다.
불편한 가수 생활까지도 영향을
아니요,
줬던 거예요?
마음에 한이 있었으니까.
한까지 있었어.
It's trauma, especially for an introvert.
그러면 또 실력 발휘를 한번 해볼 시간인데요. 다음 라이브 어떤 곡을 준비해 오셨나요?
이번 곡은 이제 조지 선배님의 캠핑 에브리웨어.
캠핑 everywhere.
오 맞아요.
바로 듣고
So I don't know this song.
Can't I cosmic? 맨발로 걷고 싶어 따사로운 햇볕 아래 짐들을 풀어놓고 불 가득한 공원에 마구 뛰어다니는 개들과 놀고 싶어 어렸을 적엔 잘 몰랐었어 누가 날 보던 말던 I don't care at all
Ooh.
창피한 줄도 몰라 뭐를 벗고서 깨고 아래로 몸을 던져 Camping everywhere Camping everywhere 잔디 위로 누워 구름을 바라보다 잠들래 Everywhere Camping everywhere 모닥불을 지펴 이 밤이 지나도록 dance all day yeah. Camping everywhere yeah.
Yeah.
Camping everywhere yeah. I just wanna talk about this 어릴 적에 나는 잘 몰랐었어
I thought he was gonna start rapping for a second. I actually really like this song choice. Like I've never heard the song before, but it just fits his voice. He sounds really good.
I just wanna talk about this 어릴 적에 나는 잘 몰랐었어 내리는 햇살 시원한 바람 지나가는 사람들의 말 우연찮게 마주치는 친구들과 모여가는 무리 우리가 제일인 줄로만 알았던 14 to 16 I was inside her 그때마저 그랬었어
Okay, he kind of does have a little flow.
우연찮게 마주치는 친구들과 모여가는 무리 우리가 제일인 줄로만 알았던 14 to 16 I was inside her 그때마저 그랬었어 어렸을 적엔 잘 몰랐었어 누가 날 보던 말던 I don't care at all
Ooh.
창피한 줄도 몰라 뭐를 벗고서 깨고 아래로 몸
What is the song about? Like skinny dipping? Because he's talking about taking his clothes off. I'm not embarrassed. Throw your body down the valley. It sounds like he's talking about like skinny dipping, like when you're camping or something.
던져 Camping everywhere Camping everywhere 잔디 위로 누워 구름을 바라보다 잠들래 Everywhere Camping everywhere 모닥불을 지펴 이 밤이 지나도록 dance all day yeah. Camping everywhere yeah.
It's kind of funky.
Camping everywhere. Oh,
Ooh. Oh wait, I muted it. I wanted to hear the run again.
everywhere. Oh, camping everywhere. Yeah. Camping everywhere.
Interesting. I wonder if they mix this show live. Like, I wonder if the audio effects and everything are actually done live. Because there was, like, a lot less processing on that song. And, like, even his runs and his ad-libs and stuff were cleaner without any interruption or anything.
예.
예.
대충 자기 옷을 다 알고는 있네요. 본인 생각해도 좀 그렇죠.
그런 것 같아요.
내가 지향하는 음악과 내가 잘하는 음악이 꽤 흡사하다는 것도 알고 계시고
맞습니다.
굉장히 좋은 것 같습니다. 가수 조지의 곡을 선곡하셨는데 그런 이유가 있을까요?
존경하는 아티스트 분 중에 하나라서
네.
제가 셀리스트 그 미리 보내드릴 때도 엄청 많이 골랐었어요. 조지 씨 노래를 알고 계세요? 혹시?
네, 소문으로 들었습니다.
네, 그래서 그냥 무조건 이걸 한 곡은 하고 싶다는 생각에 내가 이렇게 고르게 됐고 약간 이분의 그 어떤 자연스러움이 전 되게 좋은 것 같아요. 이걸 노래를 부를 때 MSG가 첨가되지 않은 자연의 목소리인데 그게 좋으면 좋은 거잖아요.
네.
그런
He
부분이
like
너무
it sounds like he likes the storytelling, like the songwriter aspect of it.
닮고 싶기도 하고 좀 여러 가지에서 너무 좋아하는 분이라서 고르게 됐습니다.
곡도 쓰시죠?
쓰고 있습니다.
Oh, speaking of
작사 작곡 다
songwriter,
하시는 거예요?
작곡은 사실 좀 어렵더라고요. 이게 음도 하나하나 다 골라야 되고 시간이 너무 오래 걸리는 작업이다 보니까 제 성격상 그건 잘 안 맞는 것 같고 작사랑 탑노트 위주로
lyrics.
많이 써요. 그러니까 프로듀서님들 비트 그냥 있는 거 있으시면
Okay.
그냥 막 갖다서 써보기도 하고 그래서 쓰고 있습니다.
그러면 뭐 완성된 곡이 있나요?
완성된 곡은 한 곡 있어요.
그래요?
네, 그게 다 쓰는데 2년 걸렸어요. 2년.
2년 동안 한 곡을 썼어요?
네. 그 진짜 근데 이게 좀 제 생각엔 이건 저의 문제인 것 같아요. 약간
아니. 근데
That's
아니요.
not true.
약간
조금 있네요. 약간
I remember Fiona Apple. She was talking about it in an interview once about how it takes her so long to like write a song and to finish writing a song, and they were talking specifically about her first album, and she said something that just kind of stuck with me. She said, "You have your entire life to write your first album, so don't release it until you're 100% satisfied." You know what I mean? Because after you release the first album, people are going to listen to it, and then they're going to have expectations for your second album and your follow-ups. But you have your entire life to write your first album. So taking 2 years to finish one song is totally fine as long as you're 100% satisfied with the finished product. So, and then she went on to talk about how there's just more pressure and stuff after you've already released something, and it gets harder to write music once people start kind of expecting stuff. So,
아니. 근데 아니요. 네.
약간
조금 있네요. 약간 노래 잠깐 뭐라 해야 되지? 만들다 잠깐 넣어놨다가 잊고 있다 다시 꺼내서 작업하는 거 되게 재밌지 않아요?
맞아요. 제가 그런 식으로 한 3개월 주기로 계속 반복을 막 하다가 아우 질려 이러고.
let me know if he released anything, because obviously this was like 3 years ago. It's possible that he's released music that he's written himself. He may have already released something between now and then.
버리고 하다가 갖고 와가지고 생각나는데 아까 또 썼다가 약간 좀
제가 그 얘기를 했었나요? 그러니까 SNS에서 이제 저희 리무진 서비스 출연자 추천을 좀 받았는데 출연 요청이 제일 많이 온 사람이 희승 씨였거든요. 특히나 또 해외 팬분들이 다 희승 씨 좀 제발 불러달라고 이런 요청이 많았는데 이제 저도 예전에 채원 씨랑 불렀던 폴라로이드 러브의 어떤 챌린지, 댄스 챌린지가 전 세계적으로 유행이었다고 들었어요. 그 챌린지를 다른 멤버분들은 다 하셨던데 희승 씨는 하셨나요?
아니요.
안 하셨다고요?
뭔가 할 것 같은 분위기.
그죠?
네.
아 근데 오늘 부탁을 너무 많이 드렸으니까
아닙니다.
좀 같이 해볼까요?
같이
저를 좀
The
알려주실
dance?
수 있어요? 또 저 춤 진짜 못 춰서 좀 그 뚝딱거리는 재미가 있거든요.
기대되는데요.
It's like a Polaroid Love. 사랑
촌스러운 그 감정. 약간 저희 형 같아요.
My older
형은
brother.
약간 이쪽에 서질이 없어요.
약간 저희 형도 약간
네.
춤출 때 머쓱해지는.
Because my older brother is also awkward when he dances nice. He's nice.
스타일.
아 그래요? 난 지금 되게 용감했던 건데. 가봅시다. 오케이. 음악 큐! It's like a Polaroid love. 사랑 촌스러운 그 감정. 그때 내 가슴이 뛰어.
오.
I don't remember that. Like, obviously, I remember the song. I don't know if I was around when that like dance thing went viral because I don't remember that.
마지막 응용 좋았습니다.
감사합니다. 이 분위기 이어서 다음 곡 한번 듀엣으로 가볼까 하는데요. 네. 어떤 곡을 준비했나요?
이상은 선배님의 비밀의 화원이라는 곡을
Okay,
준비했어요.
so not the Oh My
이
Girl
노래를
song.
어떻게 하다가 알게 되었어요?
옛날에 어렸을 적에 시골 갈 때나
네.
그럴 때 저희 어머니나 아버지가 많이 들으시는 걸 듣기도 하고 해가지고 알고 있었습니다. 어렸을
Wait,
때
what did he say?
저희 어머니나 아버지가 많이 들으신
What does that mean? On the way to the province. What is that? Is he Canadian? Like, what does that mean? Hold on. Oh. Okay. I don't know. Like, I don't, okay. I have no culture. We don't use the term, I've never heard anyone use the term like province here to refer to like a region or like a, when I hear province, I think of Canada for some reason.
걸 듣기도 하고 해가지고 알고 있었어요. 어렸을 때 들었을 때는 그렇게 되게 잔잔한 것보단 신나는 걸 좋아해서 약간 원래는 좀 많이 안 듣다가 취향에 따라서 요즘 들어서 좀 더 많이 듣게 되는 것 같아요. 뭔가 이 삶의 이치를 알고
삶의 이치.
더 이해하게 되다 보니까 많이 듣게 되는 것 같아요.
삶의 이치.
예.
바람을 타고 날아오르는 새들은 걱정 없이 아름다운 태양 속으로 음표가 되어났네. 향기 나는 연필로 쓴 일기처럼 숨겨두었던 마음 기댈 수 있는 어깨가 있어.
Their blending is really good. It sounds really pretty.
처럼 숨겨두었던 마음 기댈 수 있는 어깨가 있어. 비가 와도 젖지 않아. 어제의 일들은 잊어. 누구나 조금씩은 틀려. 완벽한 사람은 없어. 실수투성이고 외로운 나를 봐. 다시 태어난 것만 같아. 그대를 만나고부터 그대 나의 초라한 마음을 받아준 순간부터 라라라랄라.
It's very cute.
하루하루 조금씩 나아질 거야. 그대가 지켜보니 힘을 내야지 행복해져야지. 뒤뜰에 핀 꽃들처럼 점심을 함께 먹어야지. 새로 연 그 가게에서 새 샴푸를 사러 가야지. 아침 하늘빛의 민트 향이면 어떨까. 난 다시 꿈을 꾸게 되었어. 그대를 만나고부터 그대 나의 초라한 마음을 받아준 순간부터 월요일도 화요일도 봄에도 겨울에도 해가 질 무렵에도 비둘기를 나는 아이같이 행복해져 나를 위해서.
I always love the harmonies and they blend really well together. Okay, hold on. I'll tell you my thoughts at the end, but I really like this episode. He's doing a great job. I love his voice. I want to hear more of him singing like now in 2025, and I want to hear more of him like singing some R&B, kind of exploring stuff. I feel like he'd be one that I would enjoy watching just sing like on live stream, just like a cappella, kind of like with JK in BTS. I love it when he just goes live and he just randomly starts singing just by himself, just singing a cappella. I just love watching that. I feel like he would kind of be the same way.
행복해져 나를 위해서 난 다시 태어난 것만 같아 그대를 만나고부터 그대 나의 초라한 마음을 받아준 순간부터 난 다시 꿈을 꾸게 되었어 그대를 만나고부터 그대 나의 초라한 마음을 받아준 순간부터 랄라라랄라 랄라라랄라 랄라라랄라
Ooh. See, you can hear their voices. They do have a similar singing style. It's just Heesung's is a little bit lower. It's still a little nasal, but it's like the placement is a little bit lower, whereas the placement is like further back, whereas Lee Mujin's is like much more forward, where it gets kind of that very unique, very specific sound. Heesung's is more I don't know, I just like Heesung's tone more. But that's not to say that I don't like Lee Mujin's voice, because his voice is great. And Lee Mujin is like an incredible, like I can't understate that. He's an incredible singer. He's so good. You know, it just comes down to tone, right? Like there can be incredible singers that everyone knows is like a great singer, right? But maybe you just don't connect with their voice as much, right? Like, I don't know, someone with a very unique voice. Like Amy Winehouse, right? Most people can agree that she was incredibly talented, amazing voice, but there's going to be people who just didn't care for like her tone or her style or her raspiness or her delivery, and that's totally fine. That doesn't mean that she's a bad singer. That just means it's, you know, it's not to your preference. But anyway, it's almost over. I love this. And for the record, I love Amy Winehouse and I love her voice.
조금씩은 틀려 누구나 조금씩은 틀려 누구나 조금씩은 틀려
Woo! He's happy and kind of shy.
예.
와우.
아 행복하다.
That was cute. Okay, so here's my thoughts on this episode. And it's complicated because like I like this episode. It was good. I think it was cool to see Heesung there solo, representing himself, representing his group. That's always a good thing, right? When artists are able to go solo and kind of, or go do something by themselves and just kind of show who they are as a singer. I think his song choice was really good. I really liked the Camping Everywhere. That was probably my favorite song from this, for his voice. I don't necessarily think that it was like the best Lee Mujin episode. And I don't necessarily think that this was the best showcase for his voice either. I think he did a good job. And I think it was overall, it was good. But I don't know. Like I'm thinking about like the Polaroid Love performance they did where they were all just kind of sitting around the microphones. I think I liked that more than like this episode. Obviously it was the whole group and it wasn't just him. So let me know, what are some other Heesung like vocal performances that I would appreciate? It can be him solo, it can be the whole group. I think there's just a lot more to see with his voice that we didn't get here. And because like the show's only 23 minutes long, right? So there's no way. But see, then I'm looking at this when I looked it up, one of the first things that comes up is like his Justin Bieber cover, and that's got like 35 million views. So I think for him, maybe some of those would be a better way for me to kind of, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. He also has a Still Monster band version. He performed with Kim Youngdae, the Snowman, at KBS Song Festival. So yeah, it looks like he has a lot of other solo or just like more vocal focused things that I can react to in the future. So I will add those to my list. But listen, I don't want people to think that I was being negative this episode because I enjoyed it. I think he's a great singer. I'm just still pretty new. I'm still pretty new to this group, and this is really the first time I've ever heard Heesung like in a solo. So I did like it. It was good. I got a better taste of his voice. I didn't know that he was interested in R&B like at all. So I learned that about his group now scrolling through, seeing that he has like Justin Bieber cover, stuff like that. It gives me an idea of what his voice is like, and I'll be able to appreciate it more in the future. So let me know your thoughts on this episode. I hope you enjoyed watching this with me, and I will see you guys later. Bye.